Hey, welcome back to No Hype Beer Reviews. Unless it's your first time, then welcome. Please consider subscribing. If you do, hit the notification bell, get all the updates. That's it for today's video. So it is the end of the year recap, best beers I had this year. And I tried a couple things. I tried to do it a little different where I wasn't so like style specific to like styles I drink a lot. So I did do one per style. That's one of the things that's different. So like it wasn't like 3 double IPAs or something. So it's like the best double IPA. So I try to do like traditional, what I'm known for. Pick some that are like styles I drink less of maybe, or flavors I drink less of. You'll see. And also just there were times where I wasn't filming or like I was dealing with Bruno, and I don't want to get into that again. And was just like doing the reviews, but wasn't maybe super thinking about like how does this rank to the rest of the year. So this year does have a big asterisk next to it, to be fair. And there's no better one to start off with with what I'm about to say. I didn't do a pale ale, which is shocking. I know I had some really good pale ales this year. And I couldn't remember back to pick one. But then I also didn't pick an IPA. So I went back and I'm like, there was one from Fidens I remember I really liked, and it was Talking in Whispers. So I don't have that can to show, but that one I do remember specifically. So I had to scroll through this year's Fidens IPA videos, and when I saw the name, I'm like, I'm almost positive that's it. And then I just rewatched it before I started filming that review. I'm like, yeah, that's what I was talking about. I got this really cool lime thing in it, and I was making guacamole for Mexican food that night. So I was like really excited about the lime. So although I don't have a can of it, that was definitely the best IPA I had this year. All right, so let's get into double IPA. This one's actually courtesy of Billy. It's actually, they're calling it a Murky Double IPA. Merkley from Pure Project, 8.5% ABV. It had the stuff I wanted. It wasn't cookie cutter though. It wasn't paint by numbers also, which was really cool. Pure Project makes awesome beer. I happened to have them or had them randomly when I was out there years ago in San Diego, and someone saw like on Instagram I was out that way. They're like, hey, if you're going to AleSmith, Pure Project's not that far. Is that like there was like a Ballast Point location, AleSmith. I went with Joe from Jow's Arcade to Modern Times, but someone's like, yo, check out Pure Project, and I did. They were really good, and then I hadn't had anything for a couple years, and then Billy sent this, and yeah, it was awesome. Definitely the best double IPA I had this year. The next one, it's always awesome. I mean, I already mentioned a Fidens beer. It's always awesome when local breweries make the list, This is the best triple IPA I had all year. GSL Juiciest out of Artisanal Brew Works. And I haven't tried their newest one. They're super proud of it. I have so much beer right now, I haven't gone and grabbed any, and I don't know if I'll be able to get some by the next time I get up there. But, it was a couple years ago at this point, they also had the best triple IPA. What was it called? Like Triple Daily Double or something. It had a name like that. And that was that year's best triple IPA as well. So, very proud of those guys. They're 40 minutes away from my house maybe, so I still definitely consider them local. And just to give them a plug, they're pretty close to the new Treehouse location in Saratoga. If you're going to Treehouse, definitely go to Artisanal. You will not be sorry. I promise. You'll not be sorry. Check them out as well if you're making the trip. I didn't do like a quadruple IPA. I had maybe 2 this year. They're fun, but they're not really my wheelhouse. Even triple IPAs, a lot of breweries have honed in on them. But they're not like my go-to. Double IPAs are really my sweet spot. I like pale all the way up through triple, but like definitely double IPAs are my sweet spot. Speaking of IPAs, a beer I kind of think is an IPA, but it's not. This category is one of the more interesting ones I was trying to have this year. Beers I used to drink a lot that I don't drink a lot anymore, and this one is seasonal to be fair to me, but it's like with the channel I try to do 1 beer a day, and it's a different beer so I can do the beer video uploads. So always a treat getting Troe's Nugget Nectar. Yeah, it's an amber ale, but to me it drinks kind of like an IPA. I love that beer so much. Another hopefully fun category, best collab I had all year. Best collab. And I was actually just talking to this person in real life about this, and that it made my top beers of the year. Wait, did I even say that these are the top beers of 2024? In real life, I haven't filmed a video in 2 weeks, so I might be a little out of it. So this is Praba Noche, and it's Firestone Walker and WeldWorks, and it's courtesy of Billy. And I did get to see him and meet him in real life. We were at Russian River. I'm gonna make a separate video about that. Actually, probably after I film this one. And so I'll save the stories for that video. But I told him, I'm like, yeah, that actually made my top beers of the year. And it was, you had the Parabla and you had the Medianoche. Both of them showed. And it was really nice that, because like collabs, that's a whole other video topic, good and bad at collabs, how often are they authentic or not, blah, blah, blah. And this one, you seem to get both beers in this beer, which was really awesome and had me so excited about it. This one's courtesy of Brian. This was the best barrel-aged beer I had this year. Surly Brewing Company. Well, barrel-aged stout, period. No other adjuncts. Let me, just in case anyone is curious. So wait, I already said it already. Surly, and I'm of course forgetting the name of it, even though I just actually looked all that stuff up. What is it? Parker's Heritage 15-year heavy char bourbon barrel aged imperial stout, coming at 12% ABV. And sorry, Darkness. How did I miss that? How did I miss that? Again, it's been 2 weeks since I've filmed a video. I swear I actually went through all these before I started filming to try to do this as professionally as possible. But it is what it is. And just to, if you're like starting to check out, I'm going to end with the worst beer I had this year, okay? So, this one is courtesy of Thai, Waiting for Ghosts from Hidden River. It's an imperial stout with coffee and cacao. Cool can art as well. It was coming in at maybe 12.3% ABV. It was amazing. I had a dilemma. I'll go right into the next one, because I had another awesome stout that had coffee and cacao in it. But I'm like, oh wait, but this other one is barrel aged. Of all the ones I've had so far of the brewery's beers for this year, this was the best one. It was Mocha Wednesday, and this would be the October 11, 2022 vintage. Bourbon barrel aged imperial stout with cacao nibs and coffee, coming at 19.7% ABV. Smaller format, which is very appreciated. The best, it's me, it's the Vanilla Police. So we gotta have, what's the best vanilla beer you had all year? And I'm super excited because I haven't tried any of the 2024 vintages yet that I got courtesy of Keith. I just mentioned it, maybe some people already know what this beer is. It's the Vanilla Ralpheus Imperial Stout, aged for 1 year in a bourbon barrel and a rye barrel with Madagascar and Tahitian vanilla beans. Yeah, rye barrel. Here's how you do rye and vanilla, Goose Island. Like right here. Here's how you do price point, Goose Island. I don't know what category to call this one. Best interesting beer, which makes it sound like it's funky or something. It's not. It's a cuvee beer. So it's Revolut. This one's courtesy of Ross. Cuvée de Grace, cuvée ale aged in bourbon barrels, meticulous one-time barrel blend. It was super delicious. It was cool. It was interesting. You know, I love when beers kick out exactly what they're supposed to for the style, you know, but then sometimes there's these interesting things, and interesting in a good way, or a very good way, not interesting in a bad way, an off-putting way. You know, that one was very interesting in a good way. The last of the good beers, and then again, I'm going to end on the worst beer I had this year. So, as people know, I get called the Vanilla Police, but I also am very particular about maple, and not that I need another nickname, but this was the best maple beer I had this year. And again, like I said at the beginning of the video, I was trying to, especially at the beginning of the year when I was thinking about how I wanted to do it for 2024, maybe some interesting categories, some ones I haven't done before. So I want to do the best maple beer. Have I had a ton of maple beers this year? No, but this is the best one, and it's again a relatively local one, an hour 15 maybe from me. From Woodland Farm Brewery, Maple Bourbon Doppelbock, 11% ABV. Maple Bourbon. I always, at this point in my life, I always have actual maple bourbon in like a maple syrup that was been aged in bourbon barrels. The current one I have was, it actually is a local distillery that mixed in some of their bourbon into maple syrup. A collaboration with Syracuse Craft Beer Enthusiasts, which is, I'm actually a member of that group on Facebook. Aged 1 year and used maple bourbon barrels from Tibbetts Maple. And it was mapley enough, and it was awesome. This last one I'm not going to put on here because I don't want to disrespect these delicious and awesome beers. The worst beer I had this year. One of the worst beers I've ever had in my entire life, because this was a revisit. One of the beer I use the word abomination for when I describe it. No, it's not Lizard of Kaz. No, it's not that. What was that one? The unicorn one that almost made me throw up. I almost did a spit take from Three Floyds. It's not that one. This is, and I didn't do this on purpose, because I picked this, I re-reviewed this and picked this way before the release of this year's. So it's not just me continuing to try to crap on this year's Bourbon Counties, but this is 2018 Goose Island's Bourbon County Coffee Barley Wine. Coffee Barley Wine. It was horrific when I had it fresh. Still horrific. Why would you put coffee in a barley wine? Very hard to do, I'm sure, to make it delicious. Wait, you have a stout and you have access to coffee. You could put the coffee in the coffee stout, or in the stout, make it a coffee stout. Yeah. Yeah, and you could just have the barley wine and everyone will be happy. Yeah. Man, they should just make the barley wine and make a coffee stout. That would be fantastic. But again, I'm not going to disrespect these beers by putting this with the rest of this awesome deliciousness. So that is my top, actually how many? I didn't even know. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Plus number 11 was the Fiden's Talking Whispers that I forgot to keep the can for. And I did not pick a pale ale, which I'll try not to make that mistake this upcoming year. All right. What are your guys' lists? What do you think of how I try to do it with the classic, obviously hops and stouts I'm going to do, but some different categories? Maybe some categories you'd like to see me try to do for 2025, where I try to figure out the best blank style. But yeah, let me know, comment section below. I'd love to hear your list. That would be super rad. And what you think of my list. So once you're done with that, make sure you check me out on Instagram and Untapped. It's No Hype Beer Reviews at both those places. So please like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, imbibe. Cheers, everyone.